I'm sure you already know, this came up when Algorand talked about the roadmap, that Algorand is moving to America. But why? Well, in a recent piece, Janine Levine, I think I'm pronouncing that right, explained why Algorand Foundation is moving to the USA. Let's tap in here. This is right from the Algorand Foundation. In a recent piece for Crypto News, Algorand Foundation CLOO, that is the Chief Legal Officer, I don't know what the other O is, explained why the Algorand Foundation is moving to the USA. And read the full piece below. And it's a pretty good piece. We're going to talk about some of it. Blockchain companies move back to the US. In addition to Nexo and Ton Foundation, Deribit, a Netherlands-based derivative exchange, recently announced its entry into the US market. Wintermute, a London-based algorithmic trading platform, coming to New York, or did come to New York in May. Talking about global blockchain companies entering the U.S. market. Here's Jenny Levine. Did I say Janine Levine? Jenny Levine. Janine Levine would be a nice alliteration, though, wouldn't it? Anyway, Chief Legal and Operating Officer. Oh, Operating Officer. I see. At the Algorand Foundation, told Crypto News that Layer 1 blockchain Algorand was launched in Boston, even though the Algorand Foundation is Singapore-based. According to Levine, it has been a goal for the Algorand Foundation to return to the U.S. in a meaningful way. Today's administration has reshaped how America views and supports blockchain sector, moving from uncertainty to constructive, principle-based engagement. With that shift, the door is finally open, she said. Levine shared the exact operational details surrounding the move are still undergoing legal, regulatory, and board review, but the foundation intends to relocate soon. Now, they're not saying where they're going. I know Stacey Warden recently spent time in Wyoming. Algorand was not chosen for Wyoming's stablecoin as a platform for potential use on, but it might be soon. I think that could still probably happen in the future, but we don't know where they're going yet. You know, one thing I thought about this too, by the way, and I brought this up with some people, why, you know, is there a concern about all these companies moving to the US and then things changing back? Because, you know, the reason they're doing this is because like she said, the current administration is actually supporting blockchain and trying to create sensible regulations, which I think is great, versus trying to regulate by enforcement without really clear regulations in place. But could this get reversed? Well, it's actually, someone brought up a point, it's actually really hard to reverse these things once they're in law. It's not impossible. If it was done by executive order, it'd actually be a lot easier. But the fact that it's actually working its way through Congress means it is tricky. You know, SEC rules can be manipulated a little bit. They can go back and forth. But if it has the weight of Congress behind it, it tends to be much more permanent. So I think that's a great explanation.